trade recap, like, holy shit, I'm pretty jacked up mentally. I tried to take a power nap and now it feels like my brain was in a microwave. Anyways, took two losses, but to be honest, very acceptable losses. In fact, I know it sounds stupid, but I'm actually grateful for those. Now, anyways, two losses, and let me start with USDCHF. And by the way, fortunately, I took screenshots because I'm documenting every trade. I'm journalizing every trade since this week, because last week I started to work on my mental game to build up some discipline, and doing this kind of thing. Like, I'm journalizing every single execution I do in the markets. I'm going to journalize it, even if it's like an emotional based no brainer. I Every single one of these things, like the stupid losses and the mistakes, they're all data points which can be collected to overall for the long term have like a complete, let's say, some kind of database which you can then validate in case if you want to get even better and tighten some screws. But anyways, let's get back to the charts. Now, as I mentioned, on the 30 minutes, we have right there a supply zone, an order block, a pretty clean one, or at least it's good enough. And I think price was just a bit over saturated, like a bit overvalued, because it just went rally up in few weeks in a row. Now I still think it's going to keep going up and take out this high, but I just thought it's like it just kept pushing too much high. So I was actually planning to go for a short and taking either this low or this low out. Now in this scenario, we see it's this spike got into my order block, but I missed my entry because the last time yesterday I had a similar setup. My settlement was off this candle closure, the candle which forms the order block, and then actually went above it, swept its high, and actually kept going up and trigger my stop loss. So I was kind of traumatized by that. But my bias was wrong yesterday anyways, because I missed some small important details. So this was like a bit like a stupid thought, and I had like to kind of reflect on it, but I didn't at the time because I literally woke up like 20 minutes ago, which is my mistake. Now, anyways, I just kept watching price action, and then I decided, you know what, if I'm going to put like right there of this candle open from this bullish candle my sell limit, and actually price went up and it's triggered barely, like by a few pips, like a super precise entry. And it went for a while in my favor, and then news, boom, spiked up, got stopped out, and then yeah, I re-entered, got stopped out again, as you can see, and then I tried to take the rally from the news which was about to come, and also took like a even bigger loss on that. So very stupid, I agree. And then later I just decided, you know what, this was stupid, and I just going to take another short, because when I look at this, yeah, it's a bit choppy right now, but I still stick to my bias, and I actually could make a bit of some profits of that. Now, on gold, on the other hand, I was looking for longs. And why? Yeah, well, also we see like overall we are on an uptrend, a bit choppy one, but we are in an uptrend. And I think some point in time it's going to go down to this area on the 4 hour order block to fill out the orders, but for now I was assuming that it goes high, right? And another reason why I was thinking like that is because, let me check now that I miss it. Oh yeah, on the 30 minutes we have here, in my opinion, also very clean demand zone. The price got into there. My buy limit was actually of this candle open. No, actually candle closure. Yeah, candle closure. And as you can see, again, it got super precisely triggered. Then I went a bit up in my favor, and then again, opposite, news, boom, stopped out. And I also did the same thing. Like on both, I re-entered after the first loss because I was pretty confident with my bias. And then I got stopped out again. Shit happens. And then I was trying to take the rally, could make actually more profits of that. And then later took another trade because I was still, sticking with my bias, but I just kind of wanted to be like, okay, you know what, at this point, I should play it safe, because then I re-entered off there. But yeah, now to be honest, this with the news, every single time when some high impact news is going on, you have to be like super aware. Like there are like few times and I took like trades before news and it was still turning out in my favor. Like let's say you enter a position and it's like pretty much up. Let's say like it's at the point which would have been like a 4 RR or something like that. And if it spikes a little down and keeps going up, then it still won't trigger your stop loss. Because I think my first or second USDCHF trade was literally like that. Um, big high impact news was about to come, and I didn't know how it's going to play out. And but fortunately, my position was so much up that this spike movement, yeah, it went down even a few pips into the red zone, but then went all the way up again and I was profitable. But still, you should not really gamble too much on that. And to be honest, if I would now, what I could have done better when I reflect on this, not in a way where I would never ever would get this idea, like literally something I could have think of, which I maybe actually would have done, is to be more be more patient first of all, and more aware of the upcoming news and looking in the chart on the charts again on a bit a bigger time frame or like on a bigger scale, because then I would have actually on the 4 hours or on the 1 hours marked this prominent low and put right there a buy order, because the thing is, I still stick with my bias, but I'd have no idea how news is going to move, and I don't want to be greedy and expecting it will go immediately like that. So right there, right here, the buy limit would have been pretty wise, and then to target, on the 50 minute, this high or this high, or actually maybe even this and this as the first take profit and this the second, something like that, because we see it's actually not that far away to hit this one, to sweep this one. So today, actually, to be honest, was very very learningful. I could learn a lot. And one more thing I have to say, let's say after the first loss on both pairs, if I would have stopped, right, i i would I would be the same as after the whole day. So I would say I'm double blessed for that, because after that I just like was a bit scalping and doing some stupid things until I went back to my bias. And fortunately, I got back to the amount like a bit below, but then I got back to amount where I was after I took the first two losses. Shit, sorry, my bad. And I actually de-risk after that, because regarding my equity. So I see movements, and I'm also very relieved that based on my emotions, also when I reflect on that, I don't feel bad or disgusted, or something like that. So this means actually working on myself regarding my psychology and ego and stuff like that actually helps, and I just see how I feel. It helps me a lot, and I'm getting closer. Like I'm getting actually closer to be like a let's say to do like very well. I mean, I would already have the ability, but I mean also with the psychology to just cover up every kind of situation. And by the way, tomorrow I'm going to trade Asia session for the first time, because I'm kind of bothered and annoyed by the news, you know, because like this month like is still like a lot of high impact news going on, so I kind of have to prepare for that. So yeah, that's the trade recap. Was a bit a longer one, I guess. And I also forgot to show you the pictures actually. Um, this was gold, as you can see. Unfortunately, got subbed out, and this one was USDCHF. So you see, the entries were like perfect. I think you couldn't have get any better entries. Like honestly, I was actually like, even if I got subbed out overall, I would say today was actually a very good day. I mean, I still lost some money, sure, but not only let's say I lost some money, I actually was able to prevent any more damage on my live account. Now, I would say this is a bit more luck, but after getting to this point and still taking these learnings and being able to actually reflect on that, and also being like emotionally steady enough for this, without losing myself, this is like way more valuable than some other big wins. Like honestly, and like a 10 or something like that. Like you think I'm crazy, but honestly, for the long run or even for the short period of time, this is so fucking valuable. This is so fucking valuable, and you will see it when I'm picking my car up in 2 to 3 months. But yeah, this is so fucking valuable. So honestly, guys, keep working on yourself regarding backtesting your strategy, backtesting your psychology. Actually, yes, backtesting your psychology, and keep yourself healthy. Take care of yourself overall, because this shit actually can work wonders. And also find God, of course. So yeah, with that being said, cheers.